There's the man, Derek Clark, right there, co-founder, co-owner of Fight League Atlantic. I'm Timmy B. Welcome to the show. This is FLA Exposure. Derek, I'm very excited. 3 guests today.
I know. Ariel Awani-esque, I guess.
It's yeah, we're full of guests. It is so exciting. Of course, this episode brought to you by our new sponsors, Top Shelf Trading Post. So thank you so much to them. Derek, we are just a few weeks away from FLA 18 to kick off the 2025 season. I'm so excited for this. We're going to be back in Moncton, New Brunswick. We're at the Moncton Coliseum February 1st. If you don't have your tickets already, go get them at fightleagueatlantic.com. You can get your tickets there. You can order the pay-per-view there. And Derek, of course, you want to get there because you've released new merch.
Yes. New item. Just one new item for this card, but super excited to drop that. It's a beautiful new little crew cut sweater. We haven't done that before. Everything's pretty much a hoodie that we've sold. So it'll be nice, something new for our fans. And I'm excited to get the card rolling, man. It's a phenomenal card to start the whole 2025 year. So
it's going to be incredible. Dude, I know my wife is going to be so happy that there's a new FLA sweater because I wear the same FLA hoodies 7 days a week around here in Toronto. So I'm very excited to get a new sweater. I'm going to get my hands on it, baby. Let's do it. Let's bring in our first 2 guests. We're going to bring them in together. So now I've got 2 intros, but so the first one, he's making his FLA debut at FLA 18, February 1st. He hails from Monterrey, Mexico, and represents Azteca Fight Club. He takes on Drake Farrell in a 165-pound bout that is sure to deliver fireworks. Please welcome first Mr. David Fuentes.
Hey.
Boom. What's up, David? And now, hold on one second, my friend, because I'm going to bring in your buddy and partner at Azteca Fight Club. This man also makes his FLA debut at FLA 18. He takes on the pride of PEI, Cam Nelson, in a 170-pound professional bout that is sure to blow the roof off the place if it hasn't been blown off the roof already. So please welcome here. He hails from Monterrey, Mexico, and represents Azteca Fight Club. Hungry to get a win and play the spoiler. Please welcome Manuel Intenso Garcia. What's up, buddy?
Hi,
How
bro.
are you? How's it going?
Hey, bien. Estamos todos bien.
Very nice, my friend. Dude, we're so excited to have you both here. Both of you making your debut at FLA. So I'm going to throw it over to you first, David. Tell us who is Mr. David Fuentes.
Old. I've been training since I was 16, approximately, and I've been fighting professionally for 5 years. I've had about 5 kickboxing fights, and I made the transition to MMA about 2 years ago or so.
All right. Very cool. And Manuel, can I ask, who is Intenso?
Money.
¿Mande?
¿Quién es el Intenso?
El Intenso es alguien que ha aprendido a amar las artes marciales mixtas y que, como su nombre lo dice, soy intenso dentro de la jaula y me gusta dar un buen espectáculo, me gusta entretener a la gente y realmente me gusta practicar las artes marciales.
Intenso is someone that's learned to love MMA, and how the nickname says it. That's when I step into the cage. And, I love to give the crowd a good show.
Yes, sir. Very nice. No, I'm very excited to see you both. I think it might be the background noise from Manuel. So, Manuel, do you want to maybe mute your mic, or maybe if you can just mute it when you're not talking? I apologize.
Oye, Manny, si puedes poner tu micrófono en mute cuando no hables, porque como que hay mucha interferencia.
Thank you, my friend. Look, David, man, this is so exciting because you've got two of you making the trip all the way here internationally. Now, I know Manuel has fought in other countries before, but for you, this is your first time. And when I was watching on the Fight League Atlantic Instagram, you had a great video that was talking about you making this trip out here and saying what a dream it is to fight internationally. So I want to ask you first, what does it mean to be fighting for Fight League Atlantic and making your Canadian and international debut. And then I'd like to ask Manuel how he's become accustomed to it and fighting over, in different countries. So first to you.
Yeah, I can't really put it into words exactly. It is a dream come true. Like I said in the video, I'm beyond excited to make this debut on Canadian soil. I've been dreaming about this since I first began training 8 years ago. So, obviously it comes with the territory to be a bit nervous, but the excitement and the hunger to get this win on my first international fight, it far outweighs any nerves or anxiety that might be behind it. So we've trained very, very hard and very, very profusely for this fight. So, I can only expect good things from myself to come out of this fight.
Very nice. And to Manuel, how has he become accustomed to fighting internationally and always being the away guy, right? Like that's something when you come in and you're coming into enemy territory. So how does he prepare like that?
¿Cómo te has acostumbrado tú para pelear ya tantas veces fuera de tu país? ¿Y cómo has manejado el que siempre eres el que está lejos de casa?
Al principio fue difícil porque es el nervio de estar en una ciudad completamente diferente, pero yo creo que la experiencia que he tenido, realmente no he competido en mi ciudad desde hace casi 3 años y he manejado y he controlado y ya he jugado mucho a favor el conectarme con el público local en algunas ligas allá en Canadá. Ya he tenido algunos chicos que me siguen, que aún me escriben, que me han invitado a sus academias y yo creo que llega un punto en el que yo me enamoré de Canadá. Mi sueño es en un futuro irme a vivir a Canadá y realmente me siento como en casa. O sea, ya no siento que esté lejos de mi país, de mi ciudad.
At first it was hard to be fighting away from my country. I haven't competed in my own hometown in almost 3 years, but what I think helped me a lot is that I began to connect with the crowd, and because I've fought there so many times that I now have people that have been following my career over there, and I've met a lot of people and people that know me and they follow me, watch me fights. I've even had people that have come and have invited me to their gyms. So I began to really fall in love with Canada. It's actually a dream of mine to one day live in Canada.
Hey, we would love to have you, Manuel. And I know it's very exciting because when it was posted that Manuel was coming on to the fights at FLA 18, there were some Canadian fans that I saw that were posting and that knew of Manuel. So it's very exciting. And I'm sure that they're very excited to see you, Manuel. I want to ask you, Manuel, this is your first fight at 170 pounds. So how do you feel about making this drop in weight?
Sí, cuando pusieron el anuncio de esta pelea, vimos a muchos fans canadienses que ya te conocían, entonces que realmente están emocionados por tu pelea. Ahora quisiera preguntarte, esta es tu primera pelea en las 170 libras, entonces, ¿cómo te sientes alrededor de que es tu primera vez dando este peso? Manny,
me sentí bien.
¿Otra vez?
Creo que me mutearon ellos. Creo que ya. ¿Me escuchas?
Ya.
¿Sí? Mi última pelea fue en 195 libras. Me sentí bien, me sentí ágil. Ha sido un reto difícil, pero mi equipo, mi manager, Mark, y mi entrenador, John, hemos planteado esta estrategia bajar a las 170 libras, porque creo que va a ser una categoría en la que me voy a desarrollar de la mejor manera. Mi pegada, estoy completamente seguro que seguirá siendo la misma. Mi cuello sigue siendo igual de fuerte que en la división de peso completo. Ha sido difícil el reto porque honestamente yo amo la comida, extraño comer como me gusta, pero es un sacrificio que hago por mí, por mi familia y, y por este hermoso deporte que no me deja, que me sigue llenando de hermosas experiencias.
Well, it's been a hard challenge. But my previous fight was at 195, but I feel that as I was saying, I feel that I'm going to be a lot more agile, and along with my team, my coach John and my manager, we've come up with this strategy to go down to 170. I feel that my power is going to be in much the same. My neck is also going to be as strong as it was at heavyweight. However, as I said before, it's been a tough challenge. I love food, as we all do. But it's a sacrifice that I make for me and my family and for this beautiful sport that keeps filling me with beautiful experiences.
I love it. Thank you very much, Manuel. And now I'm going to turn it over to you, David. Here's the thing. I introduced you as David Fuentes. Now, on the video for Fight League Atlantic, you said you are the Titan, but I also saw you were El Titan, which is, I guess, Mexican for the Titan. But I saw before on one of your posts that you were El Gigante de Acero, which is, I think it's the Iron Giant or the Steel Giant.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
so did the Iron Giant grow up into the Titan, or is it a different? What's the change in nicknames here?
The Iron Giant was the nickname that was given to me when I was boxing.
Okay.
But then when I moved, then I went back to training Muay Thai, and when I began to transition into MMA, I wasn't really very fond of the Iron Giant. I thought it was too long. So, so a friend of mine from the Muay Thai gym I used to train at, he began to call me the Titan, and kind of stuck, and I kept it.
All right. Well, there you go. Yeah, because I saw it. It took up a lot of room on the T-shirt. The El Gigante do Acero. It was like written all over the shirt, so it was kind of long, right? There you go.
Yeah,
all right.
It's also kind of a mouthful to say.
Yeah, for sure. Well, look, we are so excited to have you both coming to Fight League Atlantic. Again, it's February 1st, Moncton Coliseum, Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. It is going to be an incredible event. We're so excited to see both of you here. I hope that your fans and all your friends over there at Azteca Fight Club are going to be tuning in to watch this fight, because it is an incredible event that the fans are surely not going to want to miss. Both of you have incredible fights in your past. You're facing two of FLA's big stars. So I'm going to turn it to you last to get a last word in. First to Manuel. Manuel, what would you like to say to the fans of FLA that are going to be watching you for the first time?
Manny, ¿qué le puedes decir a los fans de FLA que nos van a estar viendo por primera vez?
Ok, de entrada traigo ahí una pequeña sorpresa. Alguno del fandom de Canadá me ha ubicado, me ha reconocido por una pequeña característica mía de la lucha mexicana. En esta ocasión traigo una pequeña sorpresa. Cumplo un sueño de tener mi propia máscara. Mandé a hacer un diseño. Se está creando esta máscara nueva. Y pues bueno, la vamos a estrenar allá con ustedes. Esperen una guerra. Siempre me ha gustado el intercambio. Y ojalá y este chico le guste y podamos regalarles a la fanaticada una buena lucha, una lucha de puro intercambio, una lucha en la que en la que cada persona que haya comprado su boleto se sienta satisfecho de haber ido a ese evento. Quiero invitarlo a los últimos 10 segundos y nos vamos al tercer round a hacer un estilo Mark Holloway y vemos a ver quién aguanta más, a ver quién tiene mejor su quijada y veamos si alguno se baja.
I've actually got a bit of a surprise for you guys. The Canadian fandom has identified me with a characteristic of Mexican wrestling. So I've got the surprise for you guys that I went out and had my own mask made. So I'm gonna be premiering my own mask for you guys. And well, you can expect a war. I love the exchange, and I hope my opponent also enjoys it. And the fans can expect a good fight, but more so than that, the fans can expect that if they bought a ticket, then they are going to be very well satisfied. And I invite my opponent to just throw down Max Holloway style in the last 10 seconds of the fight.
Very cool. If it lasts that long, Manuel. And I'm very excited to see your mask, a luchador mask. I got to go find mine maybe, and I'll wear it at the weigh-ins with you. And all the fans going to the Moncton Coliseum, bring your luchador masks as well if you got them, and support Manuel Garcia Intenso. Thank you for joining the podcast. To you, of course, now I want to ask, David, for you, what would you like to let the fans of Fight League Atlantic know?
Well, I'm gonna be bringing that Mexican fighting spirit. You know, this is what I love to do. You know, wars, as I said in the promotional video, we're Mexicans. It's kind of our superpower. Like Aaron Aldana said, it's our superpower. So we're gonna bring the dog out in this fight, and as well, I hope that my opponent can help me give the fight fans of Fight League Atlantic a great show, and you know, the hard-earned money that they spent, that they can feel and that they can know that it was well invested. So you know, I'm just super happy to scrap it out for you guys.
Guys, I am so happy and excited to see both of you, man. I can't wait. February 1st is just 2 weeks away. FightLeagueAtlantic.com. Go get your tickets. Go order the pay-per-view. Guys, I'm so excited to see you. Safe travels to you. Thank you both for joining the show. We will see you in a little bit. And the fans are going to be blowing their minds to watch you guys fight. So I'm so excited. Thank you both for joining. Safe travels, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, brother, as well. See you soon.
Thanks, Manuel. All right, guys. That is two of the fighters that you'll be seeing at FLA 18, but let's not stop here. Let's bring in one more gentleman who is also making his FLA debut. He is looking to put back-to-back wins together. He faces former FLA amateur middleweight champion and New Brunswick native Rory Gillis at FLA 18. He represents Matador MMA out of Vaughan, Ontario, just a stone's throw away from where I am right here. Please welcome Michael Asiffo. There's the man. What's up, Michael?
Sorry about that. My mic was muted. I'm good. How are you guys doing? Yeah, sorry if I knew it was going to be such a tight ship and a great organization. I would have got my haircut. I would have got a little more together, but yeah.
No worries, man. No worries. My hair's looking messy too, but I'm letting it grow out until I have to cut it before February 1st. So I got to let it grow a bit. So it's okay. We're both, not our best right now. That's fine. You look great though, man. How are you feeling? You're just a few weeks away from making your debut. How are you feeling leading up to this big fight?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. It's a big fight, and I know Rory is training hard. He wants to put on a show for his hometown, and he's a good fighter in his own right. So we've been training hard, been really dialed in to make sure that we come away with a W.
Yeah, my friend. And, you're, like I said, you're just a stone's throw away from me. I'm in Toronto, so you're in Vaughan. So we're right neighbors next to one another. I was researching you, and here's the thing. No nickname for Mr. Michael Asiffo?
Yeah, no nickname. Honestly, it just nothing's ever come up.
Okay.
We got some nicknames for each other, like in the back, like when we're just like chilling, but no like I guess alter ego or
Nothing
personality in the ring.
nothing
Yeah,
official yet. But here's the thing. I saw on your Instagram you're an anime lover. And normally anime
yeah.
lovers got like nicknames all over the place. Let me ask you, what's your favorite anime, my friend?
All time or right now? Like, because that's
Give
always
me
the
both.
conversation.
Give me both. I don't want to upset anybody.
Okay. All time is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It doesn't get the love like let's say a Dragon Ball Z does, but it's I think in my opinion one of the greatest anime of all time, at least TV wise, one of the greatest anime of all time. Um, and right now, um, well, it just ended. I like Mob Psycho 100, but that just ended. I'm a really huge fan of Demon Slayer. I like some of the Demon Slayer stuff. Uh, Back when I was like in my younger years and I used to go cosplay, I would buy the Demon Slayer swords. Well, I didn't cosplay, but like I'd buy the swords.
We'll
Um,
find those photos if you have, Michael. We'll find them.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely have like an Akatsuki cloak or two, so like Naruto's a classic as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm into anime for sure. So.
It's pretty funny because, in the MMA culture and the MMA community, it's funny how much anime like permeates through it all, right? Like all the fighters seem to be huge fans of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's that fighting spirit, right? Like that. I wish real fighting was kind of like an anime in some ways. In a lot of ways, it is where, um, you know, the idea of perseverance, especially some of the older anime, really focused on the idea of perseverance and not giving up and the comeback. The
Yeah.
comeback is always legendary in a lot of anime. So I think that really helps a lot of guys in MMA who traditionally go into the sport to get stronger and to come back from adversity. So I think that's the reason why it has such a carryover. But
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion.
No, no, for sure, man. I believe you. Well, and here's the thing. It's good that you're into that. It's good that you're into those stories because here you are. You're going to be the away guy coming
Mhm.
in to fight League Atlantic, making the debut, facing, a hometown hero out of New Brunswick and Rory Gillis. We've seen him in the FLA cage many times before. Just so you know, he's been nominated as the NMF of FLA. He's the nicest mother, and
Yeah.
so
Oh,
he's
can
a
we swear here? Are we allowed to swear here?
Oh, I don't think so. I muted myself, so like,
Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah,
Just want
no.
to make sure.
But so how do you feel though going in and trying to play spoiler in this event? How does that affect your mentality and how do you prepare for that?
I've had to do it before. Like before MMA, I was in Muay Thai and I played spoiler a lot. You'd go to these other places and you played spoiler. In amateur, I played spoiler before. And I think the main thing is just like I like MMA. I love MMA for the tactics and the fact that like a lot of people don't realize how much of a thinking man's game MMA can be if you
Yes, sir.
allow it to be. And because it's such a thinking man's game and such a game of chess, when you are on the road, so to speak, when you are going to play spoiler, you have to really make a commitment to the system and trust in the system to work. So when we are facing, well, I say we because it's not just like I find it's not just me, it's me and my team. When we are planning and we're looking to face and see how we beat Rory, who, is a wonderful fighter, hell of a fighter. We have to trust in the system that we've created to beat Rory coming into the fight come February 1st.
Definitely. And I like what you're saying too. You're making reference to the fact that you know Rory or that you've seen him fight before. So have you been watching his past fights? Have you been watching FLA cards? Like what is the game plan? How do you study for a man like this?
Yeah, so I saw his most recent fight against Maxime Cote. I I want to just say thoroughly impressed with the guy. Like thoroughly impressed. Resilient, tough, seems really strong too, like a strong guy. Known as a grappler, but when you watch him, you're like he's got some skills on the feet as well. Um, the thing that we have been watching and we've been game planning for is we are looking to set traps on things he likes to do. So we're not going to shy away from we we all know about the straight hand that straight right that Rory's got, right? We know how he likes to dip to his right and then throw his right hand. We know he likes to kind of do a skip step over to his right side. We know that when he faces southpaws, which I am one, he likes to throw the right hand and go into a double leg. We're not going to shy away from that. We know that's what he likes to do, and we're going to meet him with something to challenge him. Be like, hey, can you still do this if I do this? And if the answer is yes, then we go to a plan B and a plan C and so on and so forth, right?
Very, very nice. I like it, man. I really like that you're preparing for it and that you're ready for this fight. I think, not underestimating your opponent is a big thing, and that's what, can help fighters lead to success. Now, here's the other thing. FLA is a huge show. It is, in my opinion, it is the best show maybe on the planet, definitely in Canada by far. It is an incredible show. The fans come out, the venue is good, the production is great, the lights and everything. Are you prepared for that? Do you prepare mentally for that kind of event?
So I've never seen an FLA I've never seen an FLA crowd,
Okay.
right? But I think the closest thing I had to that was the Oshawa card where that was kind of I guess I would say the low point in my career. Where you're in a stadium, so to speak, or an arena rather. Thousands of people come out, and the production is like any other. So I've seen it. I've been in something like that. I'm not disputing that going into New Brunswick, it's a different game. So that's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be fun and to be in front of a crowd like that. But I think the thing is that when it comes to crowd and crowd jitters, there's a lot of carryover from what I used to do, which was I was a journalist back in the day, and then before that I
Yes,
used to
sir.
play basketball at a pretty high level. So there's a lot of carryover on that stage to coming over to um, the MMA side of things and dealing with crowds. Um, and so yeah, I think the answer to that question is yes. Yes, I am ready. Sorry, TLDR. Yes,
No,
I'm
no.
ready.
No, you're good, man. Now, here's something, now you've made mention to it, but yeah, I saw that you're a radio announcer, a sports broadcaster. One of the important things, when you are a broadcaster is trying to get out the story of the individuals and trying to sell that story of that fighter or that individual that you're commentating on. Now that you have the opportunity here, you're speaking directly to the FLA fans, the FLA universe around the world. What would you like them to know about Michael Asiffo?
Um, to be honest, not much. I don't like talking about myself. I don't think I'm that interesting of a person. To be honest with you, um, like I wanted to get into MMA. I didn't really plan it, but I wanted to get into MMA because I saw, Anderson Silva and them when I was a kid. And I didn't really think it was possible. My mom and my dad were like, please don't. But there's something about MMA that I just couldn't put down. Like when I was playing basketball, for example, and we'd lose really bad. There was one time I faced Andrew Wiggins and he dunked on one of my friends. I was like, "Yep, basketball's not for me." Right?
Yeah.
I remember playing football, and I don't know if you know some of the CFL guys. Like my brother was pretty good, and he played with some of the CFL guys. I played with some of them. I saw it, and I was like, "Yo, um, if they say all men are created equal, I'm being lied to. Like there's just no way, right?" But there's some about MMA where when you see a guy like, for example, I trained with like Kyle Nelson before, I trained with Mike Malott before, I trained with Aaron Jeffrey before. Um, I trained with some like really, really good guys. And there's some, but when you get your ass kicked in them, sorry, I swore. I apologize.
That's a medium level
There's
swear. You're fine.
okay. Those guys, and you get a humbling experience that makes you want to come back, as opposed to the other sports, in my opinion. And I guess that's my story, is that no matter how many times I do lose, I love this sport. I put the time in, I make the commitment that I want to give something to the sport when it's all said and done.
Very nice, my friend. Very modest of you, but look, I've
Oh,
watched your fights. I've seen what you've been doing, man. And inside the cage, you definitely like smash it. You tell a story inside the cage, and so we're so excited to have you, my friend. Before I let you go, is there anything that you want to say? Anybody that you want to thank before you get out here and get into the FLA cage for the very first time?
I mean, I guess there's not really much to say. Like, I don't know what place I am on the card, to be honest. My last event, I was like number one, so like I was like trying to. So it was time to kind of I was the appetizer, so to speak. I don't know where I'm going to be on this card. All I can do is go out there and give my opponent a tough time. Well, respectfully, a tough time. It's a competition, right? And then we slap hands and shake hands and congratulate each other. And that's that. So that's all I can do all I can put in front of me. But if you see my body of work and you're a fan, come out, get yourself a nice T-shirt, some merch. I hear they got a new shirt or whatever happening. Yeah, go get yourself a nice shirt, buy a hot dog, and maybe it's a date night that Saturday. Take a nice girl you like out to the fights. If there's some blood, I apologize, but like I'm sure she's good. I'm sure.
You're right, man. Hey, and look, one of my first times at the FLA, I was walking around the venue and I was seeing all the fans there, and I would say to some of the people like, "Oh, who are you here to cheer for?" And it amazed me at how many people in the arena would say, "I don't know any of these people. I just came for a good time." And like those people were having a blast. So you are right, Michael. If you are anywhere close to Moncton, New Brunswick on February 1st, buy your ticket at fightleagueatlantic.com. Go buy a ticket for someone and introduce them to MMA, because man, this is going to be a stacked card. We're being told right now by Derek Clark there's 11 fights on the card scheduled, and you're probably 8th or 9th. So that's around where you're going to be, just so you know. So you're not the appetizer. You're a main course, my friend. You're a main course.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to get it out of the way usually, but 8th or 9th is cool with me too. Like, let's do it. Yeah. And yeah, get yourself a shirt, buy a hot dog, get a ticket, have fun. And if you like MMA, because it's easy. See, sorry, I know we're going long. It's easy to like the UFCs and watch the UFCs. Like, I like Islam too, and he's fighting Armin Tsuyukian, and we're gonna make a party out of it. But you don't really get to have that event be in your face, like you get the hometown crowds. And FLA's doing the Lord's work, because out east, there's not like a ton of events that happen. It's not like you guys are gonna get the Raptors game, and that's not to be like disrespectful or anything, but things like that. So FLA is your Raptors game. FLA is your Blue Jays game. FLA is your UFC event. So treat it as such. Go out there and have a good time.
Dude, I need you here cutting promos every time, dude. That is exactly right. And I'm sure Derek is going to clip that, because that is exactly right, man. These are live sports events, local fighters, local people from all over the world. You just saw 2 people from Mexico flying in for these fights. Dude, do not miss it. It's going to be incredible. Michael Asiffo, man, I'm so proud to meet you. Maybe I'll see you around at some comic book stores or something around in Vaughan. And, look, I don't know you very
There's a pretty good one on Highway 7, actually. Sorry. There's a pretty good one on Highway 7 and Weston. You go down to Highway 7 and Weston, there's a pretty good one. So if you go down there, I'll see you.
All right. I'm normally at 401 Games buying cards for trading card
that
games.
one too. Keel and Yeah, Keelan 7. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm there a lot
All right.
buying cards, man. Look, man. Look, and I don't know you very well, but here's a nickname I'm going to throw out: Sifu Michael Asiffo. You know what I mean? The master Michael Asiffo. Okay, I'm throwing that out there, guys. This has been an incredible event, incredible show. We've met 3 great fighters, all making their FLA debut at FLA 18 on February 1st. Guys, do not miss it. Michael Asiffo, thank you so much for joining, my friend. And everybody, we will see you very, very soon. Goodbye, guys.